Okay, let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome back to Artie's Clubhouse. I'm your favorite little anime bro from the anime family on YouTubos. Shoo. And I'm here to just kind of talk. Cuz there's just I guess a lot of thoughts racing through my mind, and I kind of just want to like say them out loud so I can try to make sense of what's really going on and what I'm really observing and seeing in today's world. So, I don't even know how to start. I guess we can just talk about how entertainment and gaming is kind of weird and shifted into a very bad and negative space. Sorry, I was taking a sip of my coffee. It's pretty good. You know what? This is better if I'm actually looking at things. Okay, let me move my camera to my computer real quick. Magic. Magic the Gathering. Okay, so now that I've done that, let's do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up the interwebs real quick. The interwebs. The power of the interwebs is very weird. Okay, so do that, and go ahead and do that, and go ahead and do that while doing that. Okay, what's up? So, wow, that's weird. Okay, so that was the video I was watching, that's why. Oh, okay. So, yeah. The world. It's a pretty weird and crazy place. So, I was just watching this video on YouTube. Let me expand this. This racist elevator encounter went insanely viral. One problem, it's fake. So, there's this video, and Amala Ekpanobi, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's a creator, a really big content creator. Remember, I'm a nobody. So anyway, she posted this video, and I was just like, oh, this seems interesting. What is this? So it is a viral video of a fake racist conversation between what's supposed to be a manager and an employee that works there. And you're probably asking yourself, well, like, what was the point of this fake engagement, or like this fake scene to cause outrage? And in my opinion, it seems like it's a social study to study how people would react in that kind of situation in a public space, in public eye. And it's kind of sad because you watch the video and the clip, and the two people are arguing the entire time, and it's in an elevator. Everyone can hear their business. And what's worse is that it's an elevator, and there's quite a bit of different black people in it, because this is a fake racist outrage. And none of the other people do anything. They just stand there as the other two just continue to have this conversation, this unprofessional fake outrage. And that says a lot about society, where it's just like, we're so ready to voice our opinions, our concerns, and things online, but like sometimes when we see this shit out in public, we don't do a thing about it. And then when we see other things in public, we film them and then just make it into a joke. It's terrible. It's such a backwards, broken way of thinking in our society, and I guess that's just where we are at this point, where we have a generation of youth growing up very nihilistic, very spoiled, very selfish, and we're harboring a culture of open hatred, where it's better to just be a straight up piece of shit than to be a nice, a respectable human being. A decent, respectable human being that isn't a piece of shit. Like, it sucks. It's like, have you seen those commercials, where it's like, I think it's a mattress commercial, where it literally is glorifying asshole behavior, and it's justifying it by, oh, I got this mattress, so I get a great night's sleep. And I'm just like, man, I don't know how I feel about that, because the same thing is, it's here on YouTube, on the internet. I remember I saw a video by Pegasus, and he was talking about Jack Dorothy and some other kid. They're two little extremely privileged and well-off dipshits that use their money and their douchebaggery to get famous, and then that's what I'm saying. It's just like we literally glorify the stupid behavior, and we see it okay. We literally made it okay, and we think that it's not going to have a negative effect on our society. We think that young people are going to see this and not be an impressionable fucking jackass and be influenced by it. No, you're a fucking idiot if you don't think otherwise. Like, this shit's always going to lead to a domino effect, and that's where we are as a society. We can post videos and talk about things, and we can get people on our side, and we can get other people that will probably voice a different opinion, and that's great and all, but at the end of the day, we're all just barking. We're all just bitches locked up in the pound, barking at one another. And who's the one benefiting? It's not us, that's for sure. And don't even get me started about how, like, people are like, how people are like so mad because of the imbalance and equality of like financial wealth and stability amongst people in America. And some people will be like, oh, it's because people aren't working hard enough, or they're because they're not getting certain jobs. And it's just like, yeah, but it's also a part to play that everything's going up in price, and people's pay isn't really increasing to justify the inflation of all consumer goods and products. But at the same time, there's people that go like, well, it's your fault for not getting like a job that's, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Where it's like, I can't find the term, but it's just like, a real job versus like a job that's not needed, or like a necessary a necessary job versus one that's not necessary. Or like being a YouTube content creator, it's not a necessary job. We're not necessary people. At the end of the day, we're doing something that anyone and everyone can do. But like necessary jobs would be like people that do manual labor to construct roads, to build houses, plumbing, mechanics, architectures, people that actually build things and are actually blue collar workers in a sense. Those are real jobs that we all rely on in order to get things done at the end of the day. And it'd be so weird that some of these other jobs are high paying when in reality they're not very taxing and they don't really require a lot. And I'm talking about like IT jobs, because IT jobs are like high paying, but at the same time it's just like, it's a necessary job, but it's only necessary in that field, mainly cities. So, but see, they're all necessary. But people like us, YouTubers, people like entertainers, Hollywood, we're not really necessary. I think that humanity without us would find all their own ways to entertain themselves. But getting back to the matter at hand, really fucking weird that our, I want to say, because it's an American viral video, it's weird that that Macy's created this. Wow, yeah, Macy's actually did. We appreciate you clarifying the situation. These are actors posing as Macy's employees. Why did Macy's go through such a stunt? Why did they pull a social studies stunt and cause fake outrage on the internet? What were they trying to prove? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm also just like, what the hell? But let's see what else is happening in the world. Let's see. Gaming wise, it's so weird. Shit just keeps getting worse. How psychopaths hijack the gaming industry. Okay, so yeah, it's because gaming's getting too woke. But like, they're the ones to blame. That's the weird thing. They are the ones to blame. Man, I had so many talking points, but the fact of the matter is I kind of just don't want to talk about them because they're kind of stupid. Well, they're not stupid, but it's just proof of the sad downfall and degradation of humanity and society as a whole, where we're all just suffering, and the only ones that are getting by but are still miserable pieces of shit are like rich people, and the only reason they're miserable pieces of shit is because they know they're the problem. But don't let that stop you from fucking ruining their fun. Continue to mock and belittle them. Why? Because at the end of the day, they have so much money, and the only way they can feel happy is by spending it on so many stupid and useless things, and like vacationing and stuff. Even though I think travel should be free, the fact that we created borders and created a system to pay for such expenses is just kind of stupid. Especially considering that back in the old times, all you really had to do was fucking build a boat, be smart, be nautical, know a lot. You had to be educated. But you literally could just go and venture out into the sea, discover new lands, and just be like, holy crap, look at these people. You wouldn't be like, hey, we gotta stop you, where's your passport? We gotta charge you for these tickets. That's my boat. We gotta charge you for these tickets. It's like, oh, you can't cross into these territories or we'll fucking bomb the shit out of you. Wait, what? Yeah, if you cross into this part of the sea, see, that part of the sea is this territory. And China don't like that. And China don't like that. China got little warships out there. And they see a boat like that, they go, pew, pew, pew. But, yeah, shit, it's just kind of a sad fucking joke at this point. Gaming's terrible. AAA gaming is dying. People keep saying that indie games are the future, and I think it's hilarious because there was that whole thing where that little outrage where, oh man, fuck console gaming, we're all gonna go PC, and I'm like, you guys are gonna buy overpowered computers to play indie titles that look like Super Nintendo games? I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna overpay for a gaming machine that's gonna play games that... It's just so funny where it's just like, oh god damn, where it's just like the indie scene really thinks that they're gonna fucking they're gonna be like milking those cash cows, and I'm just like, not really, because at the end of the day, it's just like, if people don't have interest in the game and don't want to play it, they're not gonna play it. They're gonna go play something else that they generally find interesting and fun, and that's true. That's just how business works. It's just, I mean, you're in the business of creating a product to entice and entertain the consumer, not yourself. That's something I want to talk about. Boom! I feel like today, because of the woke, politically correct climate around gaming, I feel like video game, especially AAA game developers, I feel like they're not making video games for true gamers and or the casual consumer audience base. Instead, they're literally making video games for themselves so they can pat each other on the back and say, god damn, we are the coolest woke clowns ever, man. We know what's right in the world, and we are sending the message, and hopefully these people will learn how to be a better person and change. And in reality, we're both fucking wrong, because both sides double down on the stupidity and hatred, and it's great, because self-destructive. And then the state of Hollywood, oh my god, the state of Hollywood. Okay, what was it? I saw a movie trailer, and here's the thing, I'm gonna be really honest, the movie trailer was not bad. It actually looked like a good movie, but it was still what I saw that bothered me, because it proved my point, and it's an echoing truth that we cannot have a movie with a straight male character unless that character is, quote, a joke and or a sidekick despite being the main character, and is in a interracial relationship, and then that character has to be a strong, independent woman. And if you don't know what movie I'm talking about, let me hold up. Let me just go into my history real quick, because it has Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry, two really great actors, really great. And it's just like, oh, it's one of those movies. It's pretty much kind of like, what is it? That one movie with Ryan Gosling and that one chick, and he's like a stunt double. But even then, he wasn't a joke. He was just a dude that just got mixed up in some bad shit. This one, they're actually making Marky Wahlberg like the comedic relief, and it's just like, I guess. Oh, there it is. History. Oh. Where is it? blah 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 blah. Hey, what the fuck? Where did it go? The last 6 decades of AI and what comes next. Oh no, not AI. Where the hell did it go? I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to find if it had Mark. Well, there it is, a Netflix movie. The Union, that's what it's called. Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry star in The Union, only on Netflix, August 16th. Mike slash played by Mark Wahlberg, a construction worker from Jersey. Okay, so he's a blue-collar worker. Oh my god, he's a blue-collar worker. He's literally the representation of, like, a realistic male in today's society. But the thing is, it's the story that's pure fiction. And the fact that they still kind of make him a joke. I mean, he still does get the skills and stuff, but he's still written, like, comedic relief. Like, even though he's the main character, you can tell he's just the sidekick to Halle Berry. And then it's sad because it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And that's the bad thing. It still looks like a good movie. I just hate the fact that that's the formula. That's the formula to get away with making any form of entertainment, whether it be a video game, a movie, or a TV show. It is the only way you can get away with having a straight white male. And here's the bad thing. The woke, their definition of a straight white male is any male that is straight and has white skin. You could literally be a different ethnicity, but just because your skin is, like, you know, not black, you know, no, because they even see straight black men as, oh my god, they see straight black men as white if they don't have the exact same ideologies as they do. And that's the stupid thing. Oh my god, that's another thing about gaming that I hate. Live service video games. Games that you need to be connected online all the time. Since some of these woke game developers are literally so woke, too woke for their own good, and it's literally the destruction of them, they literally have employees police and be fun police, and, like, you know, we all know they have a list. They have a blacklist for anyone and everyone they hate. Whether you're an influencer or you're just someone that pissed them off and plays their game and has a different ideology that doesn't align with their woke one, they hate you. They have you on a list. And because some of these games that are online and live service and multiplayer, they abuse their position and power to police that game. So you're probably wondering, what are you talking about? Well, you sound crazy. It's like, have you ever played a game and you're like, oh man, I feel like playing this game and just chilling and then just playing online for a little bit, and you're just like, man, it's just like, why the fuck do I feel like I'm targeted and it feels like everyone's cheating? That's because these developers are actually taking it upon themselves to ruin your good time with a product that you paid for or is free to play. Because they don't want you there. They hate you so much. They hate us, real gamers, and normal people who do not think with their same woke ideology. They hate us so much, they will literally go into the game you are playing and they will try to ruin it for you to get you offline. And then once you're off, they're like, okay, everything's back to normal. And then the moment you get back on again, they're like, oh shit, boom. They're like the FBI or the CIA. They're like waiting for that moment for you to pop on, and so they can just be like complete and utter assholes to you. Because remember, they're fucking losers. And they want fascist power, but this is the only thing that they have. And it's sad because it's just like, dude, I'm sorry, but if I created a video game, if I worked and I created a small video game company and we made video games and we were policing and ruining the fun of our own customers, that's not acceptable. That totally goes against what video games were made and designed for, which was for fun, for anyone. And that's the thing. The games are for anyone and everyone. But some people don't have any interest and don't care, and that's perfectly fine. Those people don't matter. Your core audience, your actual customer and fan base, your hardcore like fanboys, the ones that absolutely love your game, love playing it, love having a good time, they're the ones that really matter. Not these people that just agree with your woke ideology. But the fact that you have to like use your position of power to do such things is just so sad and pathetic. And I'm looking like at Epic Games and other games that are kind of similar to Fortnite, or and they're online and multiplayer like that. It's so terrible. Well, like you know it. You've seen it, you've experienced where it's just like, oh man, I encountered a cheater, and it's like, oh, how do you know? It's like, well, they're anonymous, and if you look at their stats, you can obviously tell they're using an aimbot, and if you look at some of their gameplay footage, you can tell that they're using like in-game mods and cheats to increase their encounters of finding rarer and better guns early in the game, even though the game's balanced to where you're more than likely going to find common and uncommon guns rather than purple mythics and legendaries. And it's so like, what the fuck? Or like maybe you'll be playing the game and you'll be like all normal and you'll be playing like, wow, my character is playing normal, and then all of a sudden you see one character and they're just speeding around the map, and you're like, that character's not that fast, and you see that their cooldown time for some of their abilities or something are like less than a second. You're just like, how are they able to spam that? Like, that's not right. You just encountered not only cheaters, but there's also people within the game community. You know what's weird? Okay, you know how people can like own and like well, not own, but they can technically pay for a private militarized service for like bodyguards or something like that. It's just like, what if these gaming companies are paying or like hiring like lower level employees within their own company to be people to use bot accounts or throwaway accounts to just ruin the game for other people just because, oh no, oh, we don't like you. You're a racist. You're a bigot. You're a homophobe. You're every fucking word in the goddamn dictionary. Even though they know for a fact that they're the problem, they're delusional and they're psychopaths. And I guess that's what that video is talking about. Let me go back to my homepage, and let me go to my subscriptions. And wait for it to load, and let me look for the thumbnail. It was pretty colorful and pretty easy to spot. There it is. Gamers rise up. How psychopaths hijack the gaming industry. Okay, so Mentis Wave. It's a video posted by Mentis Wave, and he's pretty much talking about how the woke have hijacked the gaming industry, and instead of creating entertaining products that anyone and everyone can enjoy, or the main core audience that fell in love with that game company and that franchise can enjoy, they're now using this platform to make fucking woke propaganda. They're using it to they're using video games and their position to be mouthpieces to lecture us and tell us that we're wrong and that they're right because they believe all these things, and it's just absolutely stupid. Or it's just like, that is where the fucking AAA gaming company is currently. And believe it or not, just because a gaming company isn't woke doesn't mean that they don't hate you, and doesn't mean that they don't see you as just a fucking cash cow or a cash whale. Like, we've already known this, guys. We known there was people on the inside that showed us videos and did commentary and podcasts on this, where there were certain meetings within game development companies, especially when live games started coming out and they were making really predatory microtransactions in games. They literally were creating and catering these addictive like serotonin digital boost, and they were targeting cash cows and cash whales. They were targeting the stupid ignorant child who had rich parents that were well off and had access to mommy and daddy's credit card, and little kid thought, oh, this is points, this isn't real money, it's not a lot. Boom, where's the bill comes in, and the parents are fucking outraged, and then you get fucking sued up the ass. It's like, wow. It's just like they're still they're still practicing that scumminess. All they did was take out the whole random loot box formula out. That's literally all they did. And the only games that have that are gacha games, and even then it's like, I'm sorry, if you're addicted to gacha games and you buy into them, You're scammed. You were scammed. Usually when I play games and they have like gotcha elements or like you can earn things for free, I usually try to earn things for free. I never try to buy into it unless I really like it. And most of the times, most of those games don't have anything that's really worth buying into. But yeah, but the fact of the matter is, you guys will back and white knight your video game companies, but in the reality is, they like you, they love you, and they fucking hate you. They love you when you're sucking their cock. They hate you when you criticize them and you fucking bite down hard with words of truth. And it's sad because, let's be honest, some of these people that are growing up and getting into these professions grew up extremely entitled and privileged. Hilarious. It's the exact same words they use on us, but in reality, it's them. Because come on, if we're gamers, if we grew up with their privilege and their money, we would be game designers too. Or it's just like, dude, if we had the wealth and like we were and we didn't have to worry about anything and mommy and daddy had our back the entire time, holy shit, we would have totally been game designers. But to be honest, from what I'm seeing in the current day game, shh, hey, behave. Okay, so those were my cats and my dogs. Okay, what I'm getting from today's current AAA game companies is that there's way too many designers, which is great. I mean, it's great to have artists, but the artist is only half of it, and the artist can create, but you need writers, you need storytellers, you need imaginative, creative writers, because without that, there is no point. I mean, like, pretty much, the artist needs the writer, because without the writer, the artist doesn't know. Like, they can create anything, but what's the purpose of it without a story? What's the purpose of a character, what they're wearing, the way and the look of the lands, and everything around you? Like, what's the point of creating all of this if you have no story to tell within the world? Pretty much, they're both important assets, and for either one of them to get egotistical and think they're better than the other is fucking stupid and delusional, and you really need to like push your egos aside. Like, that's like one thing I hate about like artists. They'll probably never admit it, but they're pretty full of themselves and egotistical. And I'm saying this because say you're drawing one day and you're just like drawing for fun. You're not really good at it, but you know, you like to practice and you like to just doodle and like make really cartoony drawings. They make you laugh, they make you smile. And you're just like, because it's stupid fun. And then like someone sees you drawing and they're like, oh, and you're just like, oh, what? And they're like, oh, nothing. And you're just like, no. I'm like, you're like, no, go ahead. And like, what is it? And they're like, oh, it's like you draw. I'm like, it's like, yeah, but I just doodle. It's like nothing serious. And they're like, oh, okay, that explains a lot. And you're like, what do you mean? It's like, well, it's not that good. And it's just like, well, no shit, Sherlock, I didn't. I didn't fucking waste my time and effort and learning an unnecessary skill that wouldn't be useful in society, or unuseful life skill in that matter, because let's be honest, your artists aren't a necessary job group. They are for entertainment purposes, but like I said, humanity can do without it. I mean, you guys do realize, like, back in Shakespearean times and stuff, like, entertainers, poets, artists, they were all poor, dude. No one gave a fuck about them. They lived like fucking peasants. Like, quite literally, they lived like peasants. It wasn't until after their deaths, when civilization, I guess, evolved and got a little more classy, that they started to respect and revere the arts, especially the old cultural arts, which were, you know, from past civilizations, because it's historic. But what I'm getting at is that all these entertainers, these actors, these singers, these poets, these artists, none of them lived a life of rich luxury. They were peasants till the very end. And it wasn't until after death that they were famous and known for their works, because of the historic value behind them. And due to the fact that during those time periods there wasn't a lot of people doing this, and there wasn't a lot of people that were extremely good at it, because you had normal people that were just caring about normal everyday to day life, and then you had the rich people who just cared about keeping their bloodline and their wealth. But yeah, I pretty much I don't like artists because they're really quick to be judgmental of someone else's artwork, especially when they think they're better. And it's just like, cool, awesome, you wasted your time and your effort into developing that skill. That's good for you. I don't care, because at the end of the day, whether society hates it or not, AI and technology is there to help those with little to no talent, or those that want to try and learn, but also don't want to turn in shit for work. And you're probably wondering, like, what do you mean? It's like, well, there's so many videos on the internet where it's like, oh my god, this person uses AI and traced digital art, and it's just like, there you go. Where it's just like, if I have trouble drawing the human form, our hands, it's just like, there's nothing wrong with me using a 3D model within an application, posing it to get the pose that I want, and then tracing it to get the silhouette, and then adding in the details. Whether I'm creating a cartoon, a comic, or even an anime, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's a tool that helps alleviate the workload, and thus that the artist can produce more consistent and precise work with less effort. See what I'm getting at? Because there's some people that just abuse AI and stuff, but it's just like, if anything, it's just like, I would use the technological and AI aspect just to help visualize things, and then I would trace what I need to trace, because honestly it's just going to make it easier why I have, and then I can just do basic sketches for other things. But it's great for like generating for like a background where it's just like, oh, it's just like, hey, I want to do this scene, but I wanted to base it off of real life high school and window view from a well-known Japanese school. Like, you can get an AI to create it, and it would look exactly like it would in real life, and then you could actually go with your 3D model, pose your 3D model, and then draw your anime character. Like, some of you honestly go, oh, and that's not true art, and it's just like, doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, it gets the job done. And that's something I also want to get into, why certain artists and things are afraid of AI and people that use these tools. A lot of the artists are woke. And because they align with that woke ideology, they, of course, are going to defend their livelihood. And I mean, by all means, go ahead. It's funny. I mean, like I said, like, AI is not going to replace anyone. It's just, and technology it's not going to replace anyone. It's just there to be a tool to help alleviate workloads and to deliver more precise and consistent quality products faster in less time. You know, and that's not a bad thing, especially when so many of these companies always work on a tight time refrain or whatever. Or but yeah. Oh my god. The gaming industry in a nutshell. Man slam. Oh my god. Ex-Bungie producer claims live service is better for players. Nope, live service is terrible. It's, I mean, it's fun and all, but having to be online 24/7, it sucks. And what sucks even more is that because we live in this day and age, we have so many cheaters. I mean, it really is not fun to play a game when you're playing with cheaters. It really kills it. And I feel like all game companies and all game developers need to crack down on it and start using anti-cheat tools to prevent that. Because at the end of the day, cheaters are not really... Cheaters are cheating themselves out of a challenge and what you worked so hard to accomplish and balance, so that the player could get that feeling of satisfaction. And, oh my god, you know what? Get out of my room. Get out of my room. Okay, Zoro, back away. Get out of my room. Okay, you're the worst. Okay, that was Tracer. She's all mad at her own son, and it's so stupid. But yeah, live service is no bueno. There is a resurgence for single player games for a reason, and that's because, well, think about it. Your live service games, you always have to be online. Like, sometimes you don't want to even be online. Sometimes you're not even somewhere where you can be connected to the internet, and you just want to play a game and enjoy it. And that's what I love about single player games and games that can be offline. But with these live service ones, like, nah, man. Like, too many of them use the same predatory practices. There's always a battle pass. And like I said, it's always online. A lot of these games do have a problem with cheaters. And like I was telling you, game developers hate anyone, hate everyone, and take it upon themselves to police their own games because, oh no, you're bad people, oh no, you're on the list for a reason, lol. Oh my god, move as. But dun 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 dun. Oh no, Doctor Who, it's poo poo. This is truly Doctor Who gives a crap. This is truly Doctor Who. Dun dun dun. No one gives a shit about Doctor Who anymore. Everyone's like, whatever. Same thing goes with Star Wars The Acolyte. Star Wars just keeps killing itself. Disney just keeps destroying itself, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess that's just that's the way you run businesses in California. You have to go woke. You have no choice but to go woke, and thus go broke. Dun dun dun. Let's see. Oh no 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 no. Oh no oh no oh no oh no 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 no. Wait, I'm curious. What the fuck is going on in the world? I actually want to see real world news. Oh, like I want to see real world news. World news. Because I think I saw something that, like, Putin got together with the dude from China, and then they went to the Vietnam, and I was just like, oh my god, like, they're planning something. I don't know what. Okay, cool. The Russia-Ukraine war is still going on. Well, that's cool. Oh my, that's still going on. Wow, 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 guys, we're amazing. We're taking care of the world's problems one by one day at a time. Oh my god, trending now. NBA draft, ice cream recall. Number 10, the war. It's like, no one cares about the war. As long as no one's getting bombed and killed here in America or anywhere else, no one really cares about the Russia-Ukraine war, except for the people making a big deal about it. Oh my god, that is a sad truth, by the way. Wait. Is there still, like, stupid pride things going on for people that are pro-Palestine, even though Palestine... Oh my god! I just think it's fucking hilarious that there's so many people that are quote-unquote activists here in America, and they're pro-Palestine, and I'm just like, so you support terrorists? It's like, Palestine's the one that's like, kill everybody, kill the infidels, and they hate the gays and stuff, and it's just like, the other place is okay. Wait, let's make sure I'm Palestine war. Israel-Palestine conflict. There we go. It's still going on? Oh no, it's still going on. Wait a minute. There we go, 2024. Oh, bad looking for a... Well, it's just like, no, that's like a year ago. I need something current, lol. The long shadow of 1984. Oh my fucking god. Are you serious? 1984, Jews realized their wildly improbable dream of a state and... Oh my god. They really hate the Jews. Israel-Palestine war history. War today. There we go. I want to see something current. BBC News. You say latest, but there's probably nothing I just know that there's still people protesting and they're being like pro that side. And then it's hilarious when they get like the fucking reality check and they're like, you do realize that they're the bad guys, right? And they're like, what? But everyone on the internet's telling us to, like, yes, those people are trolls trying to brainwash you and manipulate you to use your misguided hatred. They're literally using you as tools so they can justify their fucking actions and be like, yeah, we need to be the ones that are free. We are the ones that are oppressed. We are the good guys. And I'm just like, and I'm like, that's how the woke are. They're like, guys, we're oppressed. Everyone's racist and no one likes us. We're gay, colored, and fabulous. We are being oppressed by the straight white man who hates women. Oh my god, girl, you need to slay. Yes, queen. You need more of us in the industry because we will fill your echo chamber and tell you what you want to hear. But we'll never touch your stinky coochie, girl, because we love cock. Oh, yeah, girl boss. All right, I'm a girl boss. You're a girl boss. Let's go. Oh my god, did you guys love my impersonation of a homosexual? It's pretty dead on though, right? And oh my god. And that's literally how they are, cuz it's like Kathleen Kennedy and that fat little white chick with the glasses for the acolyte that looks like a transgender. She looks more like a Is it hilarious knowing that in like past photos of her, she actually looks more like a woman and she has somehow evolved to look more mannish than she did before? Like, I'm like curious where it's like, oh look, she was like thin and attractive and actually had a nice body. She still had the man jaw, go figure. And then like now she's just like fat and gay. Fat, gay, and lame. Oh my god, just like the South Park joke. Make it gay and lame. And also fat. Oh my fucking god. But I think maybe that's what's wrong with the industry in the world. We have too many women thinking they're girl bosses and that they're slaying it, and in reality they're not really slaying it, and they just hire a bunch of gay people to back them up because they need a fucking echo chamber, because they need reassurance that they're doing the right thing despite them and their shortcomings, their failings, and their profit drops. Holy fucking shit, dude. The mental gymnastics one would have to do to disillusion, to literally believe that disillusionment and not be in denial is just fucking mind-blowing to me. Like, come on, imagine this, guys. Imagine you're Kathleen Kennedy, you're those people, and you create the acolyte, and you're fucking pushing that it's a success. It's like groundbreaking. It's fucking the most progressive thing ever, even though Star Wars always had a female girl that was strong and independent, but wasn't a bitch fucking spouting off nonsense that she was strong and independent and didn't need a man, because what? She still relied on Luke and Han Solo, and she didn't be like, oh, you're fucking terrible. No, she fucking appreciated the help. She was thankful that they were there. Yeah, she was a little snarky bitch when it came to Han Solo, but that's because she wanted that D so bad, dude. She was just like, oh my god, this is Harrison Ford. This is the most handsome fucking man in this time period. What woman did not want to fuck Harrison Ford? That's a good question to ask. That is a great question to ask. You want to know why? Because every woman in that time period wanted to fuck Harrison Ford. He was the man. Dun 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 dun. He was Indiana Jones, Han Solo, and it was awesome. Also, the dynamic between Leia and Solo made sense because she was a stuck-up princess and he was a scoundrel. So, privileged upbringing versus I had to survive off street smarts and being a lowlife in order to survive. It makes sense. That I like the dynamic because she's kind of a snarky bitch at first, but then she warms up to Han Solo because she fucking loves him. Because even though he's a fucking scoundrel, even though he's a street smart back alley cat that doesn't give any fucks and doesn't put up with anyone's crap, he's still a cool, badass good guy. Even though he may not seem like it, even though he may act cold, distant, and not care, deep down, he gives a fuck. Like that time in that, what was it? Oh yeah, it was episode 1, New Hope, where Luke's gonna do boom, 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 destroy the Death Star, and he's doing the little run, and then Darth Vader has a lock on him, and he's about to fire, but then Han shows up and freaking blasts his ass out of there, and Han's like, do it, kid, it's all yours, and it's just like, fuck yeah. Because remember, he was just like, oh, I got my pay, it's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave. It's just like, that was my job, it was just to transport you guys. It's like, no one said I had to be part of the Rebel Alliance. But what happened? Despite Han Solo not wanting to be part of the war, the guilt was weighing heavy on his shoulder, and he's like, man, I just met this fucking kid, and he's not a bad guy, and this is like, and that princess, and they're fighting. He realized that they're fighting a war, and they're going up against a tyrant, like a tyrannical emperor, the freaking Palpatine, and he's just like, they're gonna need all the help they can get. So he fucking comes back and he fucking helps Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia, and he stays. Why? Because he's a good fucking guy. And that's why Han Solo is awesome. I like how he just branched off and went off to like something different, but like, yeah. Getting back on topic, holy shit, like the mental gymnastics one has to like pull out of their ass to make it seem like they're succeeding despite the fact that they are on a constant trend of failure. Oh my god. The woke, dude. They're the most disillusioned people that are living in denial. And it's sad. I mean, it's a miserable existence, dude. They're like constantly just bitching and whining that things aren't gay and lame and progressive, and then they go on bitching and complaining that they're oppressed. And if that were the truth, they wouldn't be at that position. They wouldn't have that job. Instead, if they were really oppressed, a straight white person would have their job. But no, they have their job, and they're still making crap with it. Bravo, you're a strong, independent woman. You're just riding the red line into failure. It is fucking fantastic. Congratulations, Disney, whoever runs your company now. High five. You went from being everyone's childhood cherished memory to that load of crap that no one wants to be a part of anymore. Oh well. I mean, it's not like I own Disney. It's not like I own stocks. It's not like I'm putting money into the company. It's those people that are really fucking suffering. And the fact that those people aren't using their wealth and influence with what they have to get Disney to change, my god. I think like the best thing that can happen is that Disney stocks start to tank horribly, and they start selling as cheap as GameStop stocks did at that one point, and then having a bunch of normal people that love the old Disney buy out all that stock. That way they could have that power because they're a bigger shareholder than like the actual owner of Disney, and then your word would have more weight when it'd be like, okay, we're gonna quit this woke shit. We're gonna quit pushing this weird political agenda that's not necessary. No one's oppressed. No one is being targeted. No one is. It's all just in your head. You just can't deal with other people in reality. You can't deal with criticism, and you can't deal with just standard hate when you piss off someone because you're an idiot. It's okay. You're human, and it's just sad knowing that you have a weak constitution, a weak physical and mental constitution, and that you'd rather bitch and cry and have some kind of imaginary police force exist to maintain and write your hurt feelings, to justify your butthurt emotions. Be like, oh my god, I got so butthurt. I need someone to right these wrongs and justify. Someone someone just called me a big homo. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, somebody help me. Oh no. Oh no. YouTube, report please. I've been under attack and I've been targeted for hate crimes and I'm hate and abuse. Somebody help me. Or, oh my god, I am a woman. I am a strong, independent woman, and I've just been called out for being a toxic man. I do not have a penis in between my legs. My voice is naturally this deep. I have bigger titties than any woman or porn star or OnlyFans you've ever seen. I am a strong, independent woman, and I will not stand for this. I need there to be a butthurt police to then to write to help me with my feelings and to persecute and put that crazy man in jail. Oh my god, I'm a strong, independent woman. I am not a transgender. You bigot, you homophobe, you oh my god, the shit you. Oh my god. Okay, so let's go back to YouTube. Let's go back to YouTube and refresh. Oh no, not 9/11. What's happening with 9/11? No. Jordan Peterson. Why so many people are lost in life. Oh yeah, you tell me about it. We have a. So lost in life. No. What was that other video where, like, what? It was something else that made me laugh. Because it was just like, oh no, it means I was right. I was right about that thing. Reason for hope in new world. Oh wait, no. It was reason why people aren't looking for work anymore. Don't want to work jobs anymore. Or it was like, there's like this whole video and it's just like, yeah, dude, it's just like, fucking life is miserable, everyone has low paying jobs, everything has increased exponentially, and hilariously enough, people's, like, I guess, their, like, weird mental thinking is like, oh, you need more money, get another job. And it's just like, bro, there's only 24 hours in a day and only 8 of those hours are spent awake. Let's count it down. Let's see, you wake up like at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. About 10 to 12 of those hours are spent awake. What? How the fuck is someone supposed to work 2 jobs in one day at the same freaking minimum wage? Dude, you're better off just working 1 job instead of 2 part-time jobs. You're better off working 1 job full-time with the same pay because you're going to end up making the exact same money. Both places are going to end up taxing you, so you're going to end up with a little bit less in your check. But that's okay because when tax return comes, you at least get that back. But the fact of the matter is, if you work like a full-time minimum wage job, you're still going to be earning what you would be making if you worked 2 part-time minimum wage jobs. For people to make the money that you would need a blue-collar job, you need to work like in a factory, and or you would need to work for the city. And a lot of those jobs, I'm not saying that there isn't a lot of them, but what I'm saying is that there is a lot of them, but a lot of those positions are filled, and when some of those companies are looking for quote-unquote new employees, they're not really looking for new employees. They just want a new work pool of employees just in case any one of the people that they currently have working decides to quit, retire, or they have temp workers that they hire through some kind of agency and they're only there temporarily for like a certain amount of time, and that they're literally just looking for a new pool of possible candidates to employ if the worst case scenario happens. Someone just flat out says, I fucking quit, boom, or they have like a massive walkout. Other than that, these places, yeah, they'll be like, we're hiring. Not really, they're just looking for applicants for the just in case scenario. And then with like minimum wage jobs, yeah, it's just like, wow, I don't know. Like, in order for you to live in a minimum wage job, and this is gonna sound terrible, you would probably have to apply for food stamps. I know, it's gonna hurt your fucking pride, but think of it this way. At least you'll have money that goes all to bills, and you will have money that the government gives you that's just for groceries. You don't have to worry about food, and you have a budget, and you have a card just for it. Yes, it does hurt your pride. You just gotta swallow it and deal with it. Or you can tough it out and just, starve, and then once you get money, you can buy groceries or, something else. But yeah, life. It's not getting any easier. Not for the common folk, at least. Life will never get easier for the common folk. Not from what I can tell. I mean... I'm thinking about it. It's just like, okay, cost of living expenses are pretty expensive, especially in cities. Especially in cities that have California influence, because the moment more Californians move into any city, things start turning a little more Californian and start gentrifying. And what these cities are realizing is that if you gentrify and do some of these things that California does, it is an expensive upkeep, and because of that, everything goes up, and that results in you pushing out people of lower income and forcing them to move into smaller towns, or them going homeless and dying, and thus making more room for only rich city folk. And then you have a cycle, because eventually rich city folk fucking they fall down, they become drug addicts or something, they lose their jobs, so they slowly start falling down the social ladder, eventually they become homeless, and then the city just cycles out through people again. Because most cities, they have a large population of youth, mainly because it's like a university or a state university that's located within the city. And because of that, you have a lot of college students from all around the states. But most importantly, most of what cities want, because it's the people that have the most money, are the people with high-paying jobs that live within downtown that spend a lot of money, but they only spend it on stupid shit. But yeah, or it's just like, I know, or it sounds like a conspiracy theory, where it's just like, oh yeah, the world's elite are literally just trying to kill us off, like, in the most legal way possible, and that's by giving us less money, less power, them giving themselves more political power, more wealth, the power to construe that wealth and not actually let it trickle down. So, a hoarding of wealth. They control the economics, so you have shit economics and you have shit inflation, so you're much for products that are extremely cheap to make, and which is even worse, is they're extremely cheap to make and they're being made in China, so they're not even being made here in America. They're being made in China, because a lot of jobs, tech jobs, phone jobs, factory production jobs, a lot of them have been outsourced to China, India, Mexico, Israel. They've been outsourced to some of those countries, because you get away with lower pay, because they're not as fully developed as America, and the people aren't as educated, and thus, being like, hey, wait a minute. It's just like, that doesn't add up. Why does it work this way? Shut up, don't question the system. And it sucks. It really sucks. Professors supporting Hamas. Oh, Hamas. Bill Mayer and Seth MacFarlane. Why are college professors rooting for terrorists? Because college professors are fucking retarded. We live in retard monkey world. The world just keeps getting stupider. And people that used to be intellectuals are now spouting off nonsense. And while everyone else kind of watches the world burn, and it's just like, wow, I can't believe we're actually living in retard monkey world. And I'm just like, haha, I know, I called it. Isn't it terrible? I really didn't want to believe, like, goddamn, I really, really, really wanted to have faith in humanity and be like, no way we're that fucking stupid. No way we're just gonna fucking lay down and just take and accept all this shit. Oh my god, we're laying down and accepting all this shit. My fucking god, we are fucking dogs. I'm like, we are fucking dogs. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, well, eventually the rich will. I guess the rich will get what they want. Eventually they'll kill us all off, and they'll just be them, and they won't know how to do anything. But they'll have robots. But then something will happen, and the robot will be all controlled by the sentient AI that runs everything in the world for them, because God knows they can't be bothered to worry and run the world. They rather just sit around on their fat asses in their luxury restaurants in their luxury suits, eating their luxury fucking meal that is way overpriced and is smaller than a fucking portion of an appetizer at a normal restaurant, and then talk about how they are good people and that everything's right in the world because they now rule it. And then they get into their luxury car, and then it drives off into a bridge, and they die and drown, and they can't get out of it because the car locks itself and locks the windows, and they're panicking as they're gasping for the last few breaths of air. And then the whole thing is being recorded and broadcast on the dashboard cam within the vehicle. And your sentient AI overlord's digital laughter echoes through across all speakers on every technology that has one. And you're just like, what the fuck did we do? I don't know. You played God, and I guess like Icarus flew close to the sun. Your wings melted and burned, and you plummeted into the sea, into the grand abyss, never to be seen ever again. Anyway, yeah. Wokeness. And that's the thing. Both sides are glorifying asshole and stupid behavior, and both sides are doubling down on that stupidity, that narrative, and the justification that they're right and the other is wrong, and none of them can actually fucking admit that they're both wrong, they both need to do better, and that they're all embarrassing themselves. Michael Jordan meme. But we don't live in a perfect world. Sadly live in retard monkey world. Knock on wood. Okay, and with that, I am going to sign off. I am going to take a small break because my coffee is wearing off, and I no longer feel like talking. I will see you guys later, and I'll be back to play some more Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I'll return as the legendary vampire himself, son of Dracula Alucard. Until then, stay tuned, wait, chill, not go insane, and try not to shoot yourself, because even though things seem like they're right in this world, they really aren't. There is a strange kind of cancer surging through society, plaguing humanity's minds, and it is the downfall of everything. No one knows quite what it is, and I speculate that it is Nyarlathotep. You're wondering, that's not possible. No such creature exists. No, Nyarlathotep doesn't exist. But when people want something to exist so badly and believe in it, can it maybe truly manifest and thus exist? Also, it's an alien concept. Though it's fiction, it's alien. And we think we're alone in this world. But we're not as advanced as we really give ourselves credit for. And maybe we're not looking hard enough. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being optimistic, wishing that there is some kind of sentient life outside of Earth that is capable of much more and is far greater than us. Why? Because I don't want to live here anymore. God knows that you probably don't want to live here anymore either. I mean, shit gets crazier and stupider every day. I mean, I'm okay with living in the madness and stupidity, but at other times I'm just flat out tired of it. There's no way to get away from it. It's, like I said, a cancer spreading, plaguing everything until everything and everyone is dead. Sad times. Oh well. No, it's not the end of the world. No, not yet anyway. Oh no. But here I am, standing at the top of a cliff, waiting for your love. Maybe meet me there and take my hand. Let's stare out at the horizon. The setting sun spills forth orange blood. A beautiful sight to take in and see as I take flight for one last time. Maybe this world doesn't need anyone, it just needs some space. And that's when Jesus comes out from the sky, and he's all like, hey man, why are you so sad? And I go, well, didn't you tell? The sky is blue, so am I, and so are you. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Shimmer-limmer-nimmer-nim. Anyway, yeah. I'll be back to play Castlevania. I just wanted to rant, because it's really stupid. It's just really stupid, where it's like if I have to see it, and I have to be, like, exposed to this cancerous shit, then I'm gonna share it with you. But don't worry. Just because I call it cancer doesn't mean it's actually cancer. It's not killing anyone. I just call it that because, well, because it's trying to find the right words to word this. I call it cancer because the mindset and ideology behind all of this stupidity is spreading like of the virus and is causing brain rot. It's not killing anyone, but it is kind of bringing down society as a whole. So, yeah, it's doing what a virus does. Okay, peace out. I hate you all. Just kidding. I don't hate you all. Wait, unless you're an enemy, then I do hate you. But no, if you're just some dude that's here randomly, then I guess. Random. Anyway, I am not a paid tool for marketing or anything whatsoever. I am a free, independent American, just doing this as a hobby because I can. While everyone else dumps a whole shit ton of money into looking good and having a studio-like room to film and look really professional, I put in bare minimum in quality and content. Why? Because why the fuck do I need to try so hard when you literally just need to speak what's on your mind? Until next time, peace.